I'm Michaela, and I will be doing a speech on should self-driving cars be legal. Technology has come a long way in the last decade, but what will the impact of self-driving cars be on the human population? Self-driving cars can have their pros, but the cons can outweigh their pros. Not only are self-driving cars going to be extremely expensive, but they also cause deaths from malfunctions and legal issues. In a recent article released on April 1st, hackers were able to cause a Tesla to drive into oncoming traffic. They did this by placing 3 small stickers on the road. According to Business Insider, the hackers were able to control the car using a video game controller. Tesla responded to Business Insider, stating that the issue would not represent real-world problems and that drivers would not experience this on the road. One interesting thing about this is if hackers are able to drive a self-driving car, what would happen to the people in the cars in the future when hackers are able to easily access the computer systems in the cars? This could be a potential issue because people could easily access or change the road according to the self-driving cars, which could possibly create more car accidents than we are experiencing today. Just by placing something as simple as stickers on the road could cause a self-driving car to go into oncoming traffic or potentially even worse. One pro to self-driving cars is that they are efficient. According to Time, the average commuter spends on average of 250 hours per year behind the wheel. Car crashes can cost about $300 billion per year. Google's self-driving cars have cameras on the top of them to look around and have computers to do the driving. This could eliminate distracted driving or driving while under the influence. According to Time, Google persuaded Nevada and California to legalize self-driving cars. But the Alliance of Automobile Manufacturers opposed the law. They stated that it would make it too easy for car makers and individuals to modify self-driving cars. Although Google has been very successful in their self-driving cars, that doesn't mean that other companies will be just as successful. Another thing to consider when thinking about self-driving cars is the education about them. People that don't have knowledge of cars can run into certain problems. One of the problems to think about is what would happen to the behind the wheels classes for teenagers or for students. Behind the wheel classes are very important for not only teenagers but for also all people. It gives the students the laws of the road and teaches the students how to become a good driver. It teaches them what to do and what not to do while on the road. If self-driving cars do become legal, this will be an issue on if students need to take the class or not. Another potential issue would be the laws of the road. So if a self-driving car gets into an accident, who will be at fault? Would it be the company that made the car or the person behind the wheel? Whom should someone hit by a self-driving car be able to sue? To answer these questions, new laws would have to be put in place, and that could take years. When making new laws for self-driving cars, the lawmakers would have to keep in mind everyone on the road. Without a doubt, there would be people who disagree with the new laws and would make it take longer to officially make the laws. Or they could potentially abolish the laws, and with the self-driving cars, there will be more legal issues that could take months to resolve. Another thing to think about is what if there are only some driving cars on the road? Would the new laws only apply to them? Adding self-driving cars could add more stress to people on the road. It could add more court orders, more lawsuits, and more money than there are today. The time that it takes to make a self-driving car could take a long time. To perfect the technology in the car is not an easy task. It has taken 15 years for the thought of self-driving cars to become a reality. One scientific law that corresponds to self-driving cars is Hofstadter's law. Hofstadter's law states that to describe the widely experienced difficulty of accurately estimating the time it will take to complete tasks of substantial complexity. In other words, it states that it will take longer than anyone can assume or predict. No one will officially know how long self-driving cars will take to perfect until the day that they are on the roads without test drivers in them. There are some very big pros to self-driving cars, such as no more driving under the influence, potentially saving money on car accidents, and the amount of hours spent behind the wheel in 1 year. The cons of self-driving cars are huge. The potential car accidents, the new laws, and the expenses of self-driving cars. Don't get your hopes up about buying a self-driving car because they won't be perfected for a long time. Thanks for watching.